Day 12. He opens his laptop for the third time this morning, cursor blinking on a blank screen. The words were there 5 minutes ago, clear thoughts, sharp ideas. But now, nothing, just mental static. His eyes scan the desk, searching for focus that won't arrive. Brain fog hits hardest during retention when clarity matters most. The mental haze isn't punishment, it's temporary recalibration. Here's how to cut through it fast. Tactic 1. Lock down sleep hygiene. The thinking brain runs on quality rest. 7 to 9 hours of consistent sleep lets the brain consolidate memory and clear mental debris. During retention, hormonal shifts create extra noise in the system. Sleep acts as the reset button. Set a fixed bedtime. Kill screens an hour before. Keep the room cold and dark. Within 3 nights, most men notice sharper focus by mid-morning. Tactic 2. Move the body daily. A 30-minute walk does more than burn calories. It floods the brain with fresh blood and triggers BDNF, a protein that helps brain cells communicate better. Regular movement cuts through mental fog caused by poor sleep and stress. The effect compounds during retention when the body's already working to rebalance itself. Here's what it looks like. He wakes up foggy, thoughts moving like syrup. Eyes half open, he laces up shoes and steps outside. 5 minutes in, his lungs open. 10 minutes, his stride lengthens. By 15, his mind starts cataloging tasks for the day without effort. 20 minutes later, he's back inside. The haze has lifted. His first work session flows smooth and focused, no forced concentration required. Tactic 3. Practice 10 minutes of mindfulness. Meditation isn't mystical, it's attention training. Even short daily sessions improve focus and reduce the mental clutter that feeds brain fog. Sit somewhere quiet. Focus on breathing. When thoughts drift, notice them and return to the breath. The brain learns to filter noise. In the context of retention, where the mind often races with urges or doubts, this skill becomes a superpower. Clarity follows consistency. Tactic 4. Hydrate and eat whole foods. The brain runs on fuel, and garbage fuel produces garbage output. Dehydration alone tanks mental performance by 20%. Drink water throughout the day. Prioritize nutrient-dense meals. Leafy greens, fatty fish, eggs, nuts. These provide the building blocks for brain chemicals that regulate mood and focus. During retention, when the body's hormonal system is adjusting, clean nutrition supports faster recovery. Tactic 5. Use cold exposure strategically. A cold shower in the morning jolts the nervous system awake. It triggers adrenaline and dopamine, sharpening mental clarity within minutes. Start with 30 seconds of cold water at the end of a regular shower. Build to 2 minutes over a week. The discomfort trains mental resilience while clearing the fog. Here's a man 3 days into applying these tactics. He sits cross-legged on his bedroom floor, eyes closed, timer set for 10 minutes. Thoughts arrive. An email he forgot to send, a conversation from yesterday. He notices each one without grabbing it, letting them drift past like clouds. His breathing deepens. Shoulders drop. By minute 7, the mental static fades. When the timer sounds, he opens his eyes. The room looks sharper. His to-do list, which felt overwhelming an hour ago, now seems manageable. He stands and gets to work. Brain fog during retention isn't a sign of permanent damage. It's not weakness or purely psychological. The body is recalibrating hormone levels that were spiking and crashing on a cycle. That recalibration takes time, usually 1 to 3 weeks. These tactics don't offer instant cures, but they accelerate the process. Individual results vary based on biology, stress levels, and consistency. Benefits show up fast when the tactics stack. Better sleep improves the quality of exercise. Exercise sharpens the focus needed for meditation. Meditation reduces stress that disrupts sleep. Within days, the mental haze starts to thin. Focus returns in longer stretches. Tasks that required willpower begin to flow naturally. But here's the thing. Applying these tactics creates relief. To make that relief last and understand why the fog appeared in the first place, you need to see what's happening beneath the surface. That's where the real transformation begins. Core tactics clear the immediate haze. Now the deeper mechanisms reveal why it works, turning temporary relief into lasting mental sharpness. Now that the tactics are in place, here's what's happening beneath the surface. Understanding the mechanisms transforms random actions into strategic recovery. Brain fog during retention isn't random. It's a direct result of the body's reward system recalibrating. For years, frequent sexual activity created predictable surges of dopamine, the feel-good chemical that drives motivation and focus. When that pattern stops, the brain enters a withdrawal phase. Dopamine receptors downregulate, becoming less sensitive. The brain interprets this as scarcity, triggering mental haze as it searches for the familiar reward signal. This dysregulation typically lasts 1 to 3 weeks before the system stabilizes. Here's what the progression looks like. Week 1. The fog is thickest. A man sits at his laptop, cursor blinking on an empty document. He's been staring for 10 minutes, but thoughts won't form complete sentences. His brain craves the dopamine spike it's missing. Week 2. The haze starts to thin. Morning clarity arrives earlier. Tasks that felt impossible now just feel difficult. By week 3, something shifts. He opens the laptop, and the words flow. The fog has lifted. His brain has adapted to the new baseline, and dopamine receptors begin recovering their sensitivity. Testosterone plays a supporting role. Hormonal changes during retention show that testosterone levels often fluctuate in the first 2 weeks before stabilizing at higher baselines. This temporary instability can contribute to mental symptoms. The body's hormonal system adjusts itself. When one hormone rises, others balance it out. As testosterone steadies, mental clarity follows. Prolactin, another hormone tied to sexual activity, also shifts during retention. Elevated prolactin levels correlate with mental fog in some people. After frequent release, prolactin spikes and gradually declines. During retention, these spikes stop, allowing baseline levels to normalize. The thinking brain operates more efficiently when hormonal noise quiets down. The tactics from Section 1 work because they accelerate this natural adaptation process. Sleep allows the brain to repair receptor sensitivity faster. Exercise triggers BDNF, a protein that strengthens connections between brain cells, speeding up the recalibration. Meditation trains attention systems to function despite temporary chemical imbalances. Cold exposure provides short-term dopamine boosts without the cycle that caused dysregulation in the first place. Each tactic targets a different piece of the recovery puzzle. Advanced strategies build on this foundation. First, integrate these tactics into a daily routine and track progress. A simple journal noting fog intensity on a scale of 1 to 10 reveals patterns. Most men see measurable improvement within 7 to 10 days when tactics stack consistently. Second, add Yoga Nidra, a guided relaxation practice that enhances the brain's ability to rewire itself. 20 minutes of Yoga Nidra supports this transition period. It deepens the benefits of meditation while addressing the stress that often accompanies retention. Third, prioritize long-term brain nutrition. Omega-3 fatty acids from fish support brain chemical production. Magnesium improves sleep quality and reduces stress hormones. B vitamins aid in dopamine creation. These nutrients provide the raw materials the brain needs to rebuild its chemical balance. Brain fog during retention is not a sign to quit. It's evidence that the body is healing. It's a temporary phase, not a permanent condition. Not everyone experiences it equally. Individual biology, stress levels, and previous patterns all influence severity and duration. Some men report minimal fog. Others experience intense symptoms for 2 weeks. Both are normal. The transformation happens in stages. Initial withdrawal haze, gradual clearing, then sustained clarity as the brain adapts to its new chemical baseline. This is the body's reward system recalibrating after pattern disruption. The tactics work. The mechanisms explain why. Combine them, stay consistent, and trust the timeline. The fog lifts when the brain finishes adapting. On the other side waits the clarity you've been building toward. 5 tactics clear the immediate haze fast. Understanding why they work builds lasting mental sharpness beyond the first few weeks. This week, try this. Pick one tactic from the list and commit to 7 consecutive days. Track your mental clarity each morning on a scale of 1 to 10 in your phone's notes app. Notice patterns, which days feel sharper, which tactics compound best together. Drop your best fog-clearing tactic in the comments. Hit like if these strategies resonated with your experience. Subscribe for weekly retention, insights that actually work in real life. Your clarity returns when you support the process, not fight it.